Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ, and we are back on another episode of Let's Build a City, episode 6. And we're building a police station. Police station is this episode, and I've gone through some pictures. You know, I looked through pictures first on Google for inspiration for my builds. And the one that I thought of, the one that I liked the most, was the one off SimCity 5. You know, I play that game a lot, and I get a lot of my inspiration off this game. And I thought it would be the perfect one. All the pictures on Google were very dull, very boring looking police stations, but this one really stood out to me. It had some interesting colours. So I've gone with the same colour scheme, and I've sort of gone with the same style of building. I've changed the sizes a little bit. So we've got the jail on the left here, we've got the garage on the right here. I'm going to try and do some building while talking to you, and I'm going to work through the comments from last episode when we done inside the school, and a lot of you were saying about things that I could add to the school, like inside the school, and trouble is it's very easy to forget how big these buildings actually are. These buildings are a lot bigger than you would ever build in survival, really. You know, my Mancadia house is very, very big, and that's taken a long time to build. And the floor plans, even of this police station, is very large. The school is a very large building, yet we couldn't fit everything that we wanted in it. If I was going to do a full-scale school with a canteen, someone says I need a canteen, I would love to add a canteen. But if we'd done a full-size school, it would literally take up the whole Minecraft map. We could do it with fields and all the classrooms and mobiles. You know, there were still mobiles at my school. I'm sure you've got mobiles at your school. Some of you were saying about the blackboards. I was talking about the blackboards last episode, and you were saying that you still have blackboards in your school. And someone said they even have a green board, which I thought was really funny because they're like super old. Principal's office as well. I should have added a principal's office, really. That would have been a definite must, really, but I forgot to do that. I might change a room and put a principal's office in there. Also, I would like to thank you all for explaining to me exactly what the friends and follow system is on Xbox One. I was very confused about it. I didn't really understand it too much, and a couple of you linked me to a website that explained it very, very fully, and that really, really helped. And someone even put a very simple description in the comment section of what it actually does. So I am now fully educated in the friends and follow system, and I should be able to follow some of you guys. So if you put down your gamer tags in the comment section below, I will be sure to follow as many of you as possible. Obviously my friends list is full at the moment, so I'm not going to be able to be friends with you all, but I will follow you, and I do watch game clips that some of you put and stuff like that. It's really quite funny to see what you guys have been up to, so be sure to do that. What else? Oh yeah, someone said to build a news station, and I really loved this idea. He says build a news station with a helicopter in the sky and maybe a prison. Well, I'm doing the prison now. The prison's going to be linked onto the left of this police station right here. And yes, someone said also about the school quickly. They said the school bus. I forgot to put a school bus in, so that was a very silly mistake of mine. So I've actually made a school bus. We'll run over here and I'll show you that very, very quickly. All the way down here. He said to build a school bus depot, which I was going to build right here, but I didn't want to build too many of them, so I've just built like a very Simpsons style school bus. We've got school bus written on the front here, and yeah, it's sort of generic yellow American school bus, children on board written on the back there. So I really like that. But I do like the school. It's a nice size school. It's very big though. The buildings on this are very big. We're going to fill them out, but very, very quickly. But yeah, back to the news station idea. Someone said a news station, and I'll definitely be doing a news station. And I also want to do a radio station, so I might build both of those in one. Maybe have a news station with a radio station above it, or something like that. I don't know, Radio Z or something like that. I think that'd be quite funny, so that's definitely something that I should do. But that's about it for the comments last episode, so thank you all for doing all that. I love this series for the subscriber interaction. I love talking to you guys, and you guys come up with some absolutely cracking ideas. But I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to come back to you. Okay guys, and we're back, and I've done the outside of the build. I haven't put any windows in yet, but I wanted to get a move on because these take so long to build, as I just said. You don't realise how big these buildings are and how long they take just to build just the walls of them. But we're back, so let me show you what I've got. We've got the colour schemes, the brick, the blue, and the sort of grey, which give a really nice colour match. I really like it. Actually, it makes it look like there's a lot more detail in the building than there actually is. There's the mayor, police chief Oinks, or whatever his name is, and Yeah, so we're going to put the windows in. I've got up the top here, this is going to be a huge window of glass blocks, set one block behind it, and the rest of it is going to be pretty much panes. And then we've got the prison here, so I've put some detail into the roofs as well. I sort of like the prison area as well. The prison area turned out better than what I thought. I thought it was going to look a little bit out of place, a little bit medieval. It does look a little bit medieval, but that's just because of the texture pack, I think. I think the stone bricks are still the block that we should use for this. They look a lot stronger than clay and wool. Let's just stick these iron bars around here. And I've decided not to do the insides of the buildings. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be disappointed about this decision, but if we do the insides, it means that we're going to have one episode of doing the outside of a building and one episode of doing the inside of the building, because we can't do both in the same episode. It's just the buildings are too big, and I try and complete a whole building in one episode, and it might take me 3 or 4 hours to record, and then I have to fit it into between a 20 and 35-minute episode, which is very, very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. So yeah, I think we're just going to do the outsides, and then we can move on to doing a different building in the next episode, because we're not going to go inside the houses too much. This is sort of going to be a city to look at from the outside, and yeah, insides take a lot of time. Insides, if anything, take longer than doing the outsides. You have to put a lot of detail into the insides, and if I do the insides, I always want to put paintings and item frames down, which obviously we can't do on this world because of the limit on what we can have, and we're going to use a lot outside. Whoops. So, yeah, I think we're going to just do the outsides, and as I said, I know you're going to be disappointed, but it'll actually get the city moving on a lot quicker. We'll be able to do a lot more buildings. I'll be able to act on your guys' comments a lot easier, a lot quicker, without having to worry about doing the inside, even if it was off camera. It's just very difficult to do, and I like doing the outside of buildings more than the inside, so I think that's the decision that we have come to. Oh, someone also said last episode, look at it, last episode or the episode before, they said I build a military base. I should build a military base. You, my friend, I am one step ahead of you. In fact, has it already came out? Because I've recorded this earlier in the week, before it going out. Let me just have a look. No, it's not actually going to be out yet. Coming up in the next few days, you are going to see the start of a military base. And I think it's really, really cool because it's on the series which isn't Let's Build a City. You guys know, if you do watch the mini tutorial series, the mini tutorial series are done on this world. So if you watch this world and you want to see the sort of behind the scenes stuff, then you're going to have to watch the mini build series as well. A couple of them I've done haven't actually been on the world, like the bridges, because we haven't got any lakes on this world, but most of them are done on this world. Well, 99% of them. I think it's only one that hasn't been done on this world. But yeah, so mini tutorial series is behind the scenes stuff, and we're going to do some stuff there, start the military base, and then we'll come back to it later on this series to build the actual military base, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got then. The windows really add something. Definitely glad I added them. The big glass panes at the back here I really like. Oh, we missed one. I didn't know I missed one. Did I? There we go. Got the car park to the side here as well. We've got the little sirens on the police garage door. I wanted to have some depth in this garage door, but I really didn't like using the woods. I tried woods, I tried stone, and they didn't really suit. So I went for the blue wool, and I put the fence posts down the side to try and give it a little bit more depth than what it actually has. We've got a side entrance here, which I really like. A little bit of a car park for some cop cars that we'll build in a minute. But I want to work on a bit of, not landscaping, but a bit of the outside here. It's looking a little bit bare, so I was thinking of some trees here, and I think we're actually going to go with the standard oak trees, but we're going to try and build a couple of big ones, so we'll get our stuff ready for the big ones, and we'll do a couple of small ones as well. So we want a small one here. Let's get that in that order. Yeah, that's a nice tree. I've also played with the contrast and the brightness and stuff on my TV. Ah, excellent. We didn't have to force a big one. Played with the contrast and stuff on my TV. I don't think it's going to show up on the video, but I've actually got half decent colour on my TV now. It's surprising how dull I had it. Okay, yeah, I like that. I don't want to cover up too much of the jail, of the prison side of it, but I did want to have some trees out here. And then we're going to have I want a police sign definitely here. So police sign. Let's have a play with the police sign. We're gonna have sandstone. We're gonna have light blue and maybe dark blue and maybe yellow wool and maybe some slabs. So I was thinking like that, and then a gap of 4. Is that a gap of 4? That's a gap of 4. Something like that. And then we have 1, 2, and then we have like a little circle. That sort of, I want to sort of make it look like a police badge if possible. Maybe, oops. Maybe that looks like a police badge. I sort of like the look of that. And then there and there. And then maybe a yellow one there and there. Does that sort of look like a police badge? I think that sort of looks like a police badge. What about there, there, and there? And then maybe some dark blue here. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That sort of looks like a little police badge sign. And what about a police flag as well? They have them on SimCity, so I think we should have one on here. I'll put the lamps up as well. I seem to be doing them as I go, otherwise I forget, and it's a little bit annoying. So, the flagpole we're going to have right here. Now, the lampposts are 8 fences tall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I want this higher, so we're going to go to 16, 9, 10, 11, 12... 13, 14, 15, 16. I think that's a pretty good height for a little flag. And we're going to go with the same colours. We'll try and do the same logo if we can, roughly. Because I sort of like that logo. So if we have 1, 2, and then maybe a yellow one, and then a blue one, and then a blue one, 2 dark blues. No, I don't like them bottom ones. I think that's a pretty good flag for the police station. And then if we bulge this out a little bit, like that. No, we need to make it bigger. Definitely need to make it bigger. There, 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 there. Just try some stuff. What about on the back here? If we done it, move one back. It's hard to get the flags looking right. You want to get them to blow in the wind. I nailed the one at the that way at the town hall. I think that one looks good, but that was quite a big flag. So what about that? And delete that one. Yeah, I think that's good. That looks good. That's got a nice wave on it. So there's the police flag, and maybe have a. We need to put that there, and maybe have a little cap on the top of it, like so. Nope, not there. Like so. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so let's crack on with some police cars. I'm going to build some police cars. I've already done a tutorial on how to build these police cars and another police car as well. So if you want to see that, if I remember, I'll put it in the comment section below. If I do forget, then just tell me and I shall add it to the comment section below. So I should be right back, guys. Okay, so I got the police cars in, and I've actually gone with a different design to what I've done on the tutorials. Sort of a little bit bulkier, a little bit more car looking in a weird way. I sort of like it very different. I haven't seen this style windscreen or anything like that before. And at first I thought, this looks a little weird. But I quickly grew to like it. In fact, I've missed some slabs out of these ones. Underneath the lights here, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. But I really like them. I really like this very simple design. They are on the floor, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like having the half slabs on the same level as the tops of the wheels, like I do on all the other vehicles. But I sort of like that. I like that here, especially seeing as though they're just parked up. For the moving police cars, or not moving ones, for the police cars out on patrol, I always do them the other way. Oh, we missed some glass out here as well. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something important. I can't remember what it was now. Nope, it's completely gone. It might come back to me later on. So this is a little barrier here to only let the police cars into the car park. And then we've got, oops, and then we've got this little bit here which goes to the garage, where they can get out quickly if they need to. Maybe there'll be a riot van in there or something like that. There'd be, but this little tiny car park is all we need. But now we need to close it off because it looks like it blends in a little bit too much. So I always like to use these blocks. These blocks are probably my favourite blocks in the game. That was a weird hiccup, wasn't it? Probably my favourite blocks in the game. I really do like these blocks. We're going to put white wool along the edge here, like so, and then 2 greys here, along here. Oops. And then we can go back along here again. Should have got me some splash me potions, but oh well. Okay, so along here, and then do we close it off here? I think so. I think we're going to go along here, and we're going to go along to the end of this wall, and then bring it to a stop. That sort of brings it to a nice end. And we're going to do the same along this bit. This bit's going to be like a little flower garden, maybe. Stick some stuff in here. Get out the way. Head of police, chief of police, oinks. Flowers. Let's get some bone meal, and let's get some flowers in case we don't get any. Because I never seem to get many flowers. So there's a red one. There's 2 yellow ones. Well, that's more flowers than what I usually get. So let's just put some more red ones in here. And a couple more yellow ones. Spread them out as randomly as possible. There we go. That's added a little bit of colour to it. There. This bit here, this bit's a little bit blank. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to do exactly what you did last episode with the school over there. So please tell me any ideas you have about the police station here, about what I should add and what I forget, because you guys were so good at it last episode, that I'm actually going to make sure that I read all the comments from every one of this series, because it really does help me. I always read the comments, but it's just nice to have the comments saying for something that I can build. It really does help. Now we're going to leave that there. I want to put it along the front, but I'm not going to play around too much with it. Stick these along here. I really like this path design with the sandstone in there. These blocks, but doubled up. Really nice path. Definitely something that I will be doing in the future. Always coming up with new ideas, new things. Let's just put some oak, oops, for these front doors. Need the front doors in. There. And just put them in there, like that. Yeah, I like that. That's looking really cool. I really like this, how this is coming on. Still going to have some more flowers here, because these flowers, oops, flowers are really coming on nice. Oh, look at all them flowers. Oh, we might have enough flowers here. We might not need to add any more. I think that's pretty good. I want a red one at the back here. Yeah, that's pretty good for that. And then along here, we're going to have some more flowers as well. Definitely need some more flowers along here. What else can we add? I want to think of something to add just on that side. Nothing too big. We've got the sign. We've got the flagpole. I really don't know. Now we need to leave this blank along here. We don't want to go too far over, because we don't know what buildings are going to be next to the police station yet. Also need a cinema. Any ideas that you guys have for sure about just buildings in the city? Someone was saying build a restaurant. I remember seeing that. Cinema, maybe we'll have a cinema. Obviously houses. We need to start building some more houses, but you got to get the necessities in before we start building on the houses. And these buildings are really interesting, because I've never built these type of police stations and fire stations and all of that type of stuff before. I've always only ever stuck to houses, and I especially haven't done commercial stuff like shops and stuff like that. You know, the only shops I really ever done was on Let's Build a Hunger Games, when I done the mall inside the airport, and that was really the only commercial stuff that I'd ever done. And I think I've got better, because there's a couple of poor ones, but I think I have got better. So we're going to have here, these flowers are looking really nice, really are bringing this police station to life. So I think we'll fill it in there. I don't think there's anything else that we can really do. So yeah, bone meal. Do this last bit here. Oh, there's some good flowers. Wish we had the flower update. That would be a really nice update. It's not a very big update, I know, and there's a lot more important stuff than the flowers that they have on the PC version. But I would really like all the different flowers. It's quite boring just having these two, one yellow and one red one. You know, they've got a lot on PC, and I would really like them. They really do bring a world to life. Okay, so that's pretty good. We've got the detail on the roof already. I might put some down there as well. In fact, we'll do that now. Need that block and that block. We're not going to do too much, because these aren't very big roofs. We'll just, oops, do that there, and then maybe a little aircon unit thing here. There. Yeah, I like that. That's just shows a little bit of detail there. Nothing on top of the prison. Or maybe one of these air conditioning ducts, because they always escape out of these, don't they? Probably not the best thing to put on a roof of a prison if they always escape out of it. But we'll do it anyway. Oops. There we go. Okay, I'm liking that. I think this is going to be a little bit of a short episode, because I've cut out a lot of actually building this. But but if I have a look up close, maybe you guys can see the detail that I put in if you wanted to build something like this. So I like using these sandstone bricks along the corners here. They really blend in the walls next to each other. They don't quite, it's not quite such an urgent colour change. We've got the slabs on top of the windows here. Now on the bottom level windows, I don't know if you noticed, but on the bottom level windows you can see all 3 panes, but on the top level you can actually only see 2.5 because I had to place them underneath. But it really doesn't make a difference, you really can't tell, so it doesn't really matter about that. Then I've got some upside down stairs. These sort of are here for 2 reasons really. First reason is they sort of look like guttering, water guttering. Second reason is it adds more detail. It adds another layer of depth in the build, you know, another layer of where it comes out and goes in. And because it's a stair, you get the illusion there's sort of 2 levels coming out. And thirdly, it actually breaks up the building. If you don't have this upside down stairs, I won't break it because I've got to place blocks and then place the upside down stairs back along. If you don't have them here though, the colour change between the grey and the blue is very harsh. So putting a colour, a block along there really breaks it up, and it makes the intrusion of the 2 colours a lot easier to understand. You know, it doesn't look quite as weird. The brick to the blue really works. I sort of like that. This is sort of a very strange way of doing a building, but it really worked out really nicely. I think it sort of looks like this is painted and this isn't painted. And then the wall up here, I'm not 100% sure if I'm happy with or not, but we've got blocks, 2 blocks and a slab, block and a stair, stairs with upside down slabs on top. Normal slabs are on this level, but these slabs are upside down, and it gives a really nice sort of depth of the depth of the sort of wall. I sort of like it. I wasn't too fond of it at first, but it is growing on me, especially since we've done it there, up the top, and on this side, which I really like. We've got different levels of the different roofs. So this roof is higher than the prison roof, as you can see. It's sort of, that's lower than that, and then that's higher than that, and then that's smaller and higher than that. So it's a very interesting building to look at, which is why it really drew my attention to it. But I think that's a pretty good job, guys. I think that is our police station complete. I really like the look of it with the police cars in the car park. So yeah, we're going to leave it here, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you have any ideas on what other buildings we can have, I have a absolutely massive list on what we are going to do in the city. Museum even is on the list. Obviously all the emergency services are going to be up very shortly. Or hiccups, we're going to be doing those before pretty much anything else, getting the emergency services going. And then we're going to work on some fun buildings. We're going to do some houses along the way. Another hiccup. And hopefully you guys will see a house or a building that you like enough that you're going to build yourself. Maybe in survival. I'd love to see someone build a house like this to this scale in survival, especially if it's off this world, off this city. All my Twitter and everything is in the description below. A lot of you have been tweeting me ideas for lamppost designs and traffic light designs and everything like that, and it's been great to see them, and we'll be using all of them around the world. You know, we might have a different lamppost design for higher end wealth and lower and crappier lampposts for the sort of lower income areas. So it'll be really interesting to see what you guys come up with, and you've been coming up with some absolutely fantastic stuff already on Twitter. But we're going to leave it here. So yeah, see you in the next episode, guys. Bye!